Let's be honest, working hard doesn't always get you results. You've been grinding, pushing, staying up late, but somehow you're still stuck. Meanwhile, others seem to fly past you with half the effort. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and sometimes it feels unfair. So here's the real question. What if outworking everyone isn't about doing more, but about doing it differently? What if it's not about hustle 24/7, but about building a system that works, even when you're tired? I've been there too, watching people win while I felt like I was spinning my wheels. I'd tell myself, just try harder, but harder didn't work. What changed everything wasn't more effort. It was learning how to aim the effort I already had. And that's what I'm going to show you today. How to outwork everyone without burning out. Because it's not about hustle. It's about leverage, clarity, and doing what actually moves the needle. You want results, and everywhere you look, the world screams the same advice. Just be disciplined. They say if you don't have discipline, you're nobody. That success is doing what you hate, but doing it like you love it. And honestly, there's truth in that. You don't have to feel great about it, you just have to keep showing up. The feeling will pass, but the progress stays. But here's the problem. Your brain isn't built for discipline. It's built for survival. It's wired to chase the easiest reward with the least effort, because that's how our ancestors made it through hard times. And now, that same wiring pulls you toward comfort, distraction, shortcuts. To be disciplined today means you're fighting ancient instincts, choosing what's hard when everything in you wants to run the other way. But what if there's a way to get real results without always forcing yourself to push harder? The truth is, there is, and it has nothing to do with grinding more. And it has everything to do with aligning your effort with who you already are. Each of us has natural inclinations, things we're drawn to without even trying. Some people call it personality, others call it wiring, I call it talent. And when you move with your talent instead of against it, you don't burn out, you actually thrive. I once read a book that opened my eyes to how broad talent really is. If you're naturally curious, that's a talent. If you're competitive, focused, or even just consistent, those are talents too. The world often tells us that talent only shows up as athleticism or intelligence. But what if your anxiety helps you spot problems early? What if your stubbornness means you don't quit when others do? That's powerful if you point it in the right direction. Now imagine this. You take something that already comes naturally to you and you use it intentionally. You plug it into your work. Suddenly it doesn't feel like a fight anymore. You start getting results without the same mental resistance. People notice, you get compliments, you feel momentum. And just like that, your brain starts associating effort with reward. That's not just motivation, that's self-reinforcing behavior. This is the hidden way to outwork everyone. Work in a way that feels like you. Something powerful happens when you repeat something over and over, you get really good at it. So think about a kid who naturally enjoys writing. They write an essay, get a compliment, feel good, and write more. Before long, they don't even know if they're talented or just practiced more than others. That's the magic. But here's the issue. Most of us chase things that don't align with who we are. And when you force yourself into the wrong lane, you work twice as hard for half the results. That's why you feel unmotivated. It's not because you're lazy. It's because you're out of alignment. Take a story from John. There was a time John stumbled into a sales job that on paper seemed perfect. It checked every box. He could do it in his free time since he worked 9 to 7. It promised extra income, and the best part, he could work from anywhere. But John didn't stop to ask himself the most important question. Was this the right path for him? The answer showed up fast. Even just the thought of cold calling strangers made his heart race. He told himself, if I just push through this, I'll get better. But the more he tried, the worse he felt. Something that came naturally to others, like connecting or competing, felt like an uphill battle to him. He watched coworkers thrive. They were charismatic, quick-witted, energized by the challenge. Meanwhile, John felt out of place. He wasn't lazy, he just wasn't wired for that world. What he realized, though, was life-changing. John had always been an analytical thinker. He loved reflecting, solving problems quietly, and thinking deeply. And instead of forcing himself to be someone else, he started asking, what if I could win by being more of me? That shift changed everything. Discipline can take you far, no doubt about it. Just look at Muggsy Bogues, one of the shortest players to ever step foot in the NBA. Standing at just 5'3", he defied every expectation. He became a fan favorite not because he was the tallest or strongest, but because he outworked nearly everyone. But here's what most people miss. Even with insane speed and defensive skills, his height meant he had to work twice as hard to keep up. His discipline got him there, but it was a constant uphill climb. That's not to say discipline isn't important. It's essential. But when your path actually aligns with your natural strengths, staying disciplined doesn't feel like a daily war. It feels possible. It feels right. In school, we're all graded the same, on every subject, every test, even the ones we're worst at. But life gives you the power to choose your test. And the secret to outworking everyone isn't grinding harder in the wrong direction. It's building a life where you're graded on your strengths. Because when you play to your natural gifts, discipline gets easier, momentum builds faster, and effort starts to feel like purpose. So here's your next move. Stop trying to be great at what drains you. Start designing a path that rewards what makes you you. And if this video opened your eyes, wait until you see the next one, where we break down how high performers build systems that practically work on autopilot. I'll see you there. You've got this.